Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Recallies
2024. It's great to be here. It is bustling. We're like, I'm gonna say elbow to elbow in here, Tom. This is ridiculous.
It's back to back, belly to belly. Here at the Recallies.
It's nut to butt. At the Total Recall Auditorium. Like, I think we had Ferrigno was in charge of renting it. On the categories, the celebrities.
Yeah, I mean, look at this star. There's not a star in the sky.
There are no stars in the sky tonight because they're here. They're here
at the Recallies.
The Recallies.
The 2024 Recallies.
Tom, I know I say this every year, but I get like I think the 2024 Recallies are they're the best. They're gonna be the best ones.
Yes.
So many great categories, so many celebrities. Just like it's awesome. Like, oh my God! Look, there's Barry Bostwick from Megaforce.
Whoa! What's he doing? He's posing by the motorcycle from the flying motorcycle.
The flying motorcycle. I don't know how.
He's jutting out his crotch.
Well, that's funny that you mentioned that, Tom, because he's up for this year's best bulge to dethrone David Bowie.
Right? Yeah. Last year's champ, David Bowie from Labyrinth. Yeah.
Labyrinth. I think he's going to present Barry Bostwick with best bulge, but see, Bostwick might not win this year. He is up against the Wolfman from
Wolfman's Got Nards.
Wolfman, he's definitely
from the Monster Squad.
From the Monster Squad. He's up against the Wolfman for best bulge.
Best bulge, yeah. I mean, the Wolfman, like his bulge made it into the trailer. You know, Wolfman's Got Nards. Kick him in the nards. Wolfman's Got nards.
They're like Bostwick's Got nards.
Yeah, like how? Yeah, that's that's like the little the vent in the Death Star for Megaforce. It's like aim for the bulge. Stay on target. It's away. It impacted on the surface.
And wow! Oh my gosh!
Hey, he's in the Barry section. There's Barry Bostwick. Barry Williams.
Wait, I was going to say, somebody was leading him like when you're in church, you take somebody to the pew. It's Barry Williams.
Yeah, Barry Williams is an usher. And he's going to be passing around the collection plate, too. And he gets to keep
This might be the first time I pissed my pants for colleagues. Yeah, like, wait a minute. We weren't planning we weren't planning on having a collection plate, Tom. Why is Barry Williams passing one around here? Because hey, Dolph, don't do it. Dolph Lundgren's is putting a wad of money into Barry Williams' collection plate. Dolph's here for up for Best Actor for Aquaman 2.
Yeah. Previous year, he picked up Best Actor for Masters of the Universe.
Masters of the Universe. It was amazing. Oh my gosh! Look, it's Mark Hamill with wet, slick-backed hair. It's Gordon Gekko Mark Hamill from his appearance.
Gordon Luco or something. Luco Gekko. Greed is good.
He said that after he sold the Jawas those R2 units or whatever.
The wet Luke.
The wet Luke.
Instead of the wet Luke, he's the wet Luke.
The wet Luke. He's got a t-shirt that says Vidal Sassoon on it.
If you don't Luke good, we don't Luke good.
Hey, Barry. I mean, come on. Barry, that question plate's pretty full. I might have to
Best pomp.
Best pomp. Mike Katz is actually presenting him the award with it's the Mike Katz Missing T-shirt Award.
Is Mike Katz's shirt in Pumping Iron, is that like a genuine MacGuffin? It is a 100% MacGuffin because they spend so much plot time devoted to finding this thing that we never actually have. We don't see. We don't see it before. We don't see it after. It's like just. It might have even been one of those things that was invented in the editing room. You know, like the Death Star run. You know, it's just kind of like in the editing room.
It is in the editing room.
With voiceovers and.
I am still getting a little glimpse from the Barry section here at the auditorium.
Yeah.
Where Williams is passing around the unsanctioned collection plate here. And he's dressed like the corpse from the Goonies.
Yeah.
The FBI agent.
I see Barry Gibbs over there too.
Gibbs is the Barry section's. That's where it's at, I think, in this party. The nice spread. We've got a lot of good food here. Helmet Hair Hall of Fame. I mean, it's hard to keep track of everything, but Danza's here.
Danza, yeah. The Helmet Hair Hall of Fame emeritus.
Emeritus his dance. Somehow, stuff is going into and coming out of his hair fountain that's located right above his forehead.
Yeah, well, there's also a chocolate fondue fountain that's shaped like Tony Danza's head, and then the chocolate is his hair.
Yeah, he was test running that at Golden Corral. Like, I don't know. They were it's the Danza chocolate fondue fountain. Like, yeah, I see Mark Hamill's dipping a strawberry and a pretzel into it. It looks delicious. It's here in the theater. The Gremlins are running around over here. They're everywhere.
You're wearing all kinds of outfits, leg warmers,
sunglasses. Yeah. There's a flashing gremlin. Get those gremlins under control. We've got there's Dr. Zaius is here from the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, Dr. Zaius, and I see Paul Williams is here in his ape outfit. I mean, like, Paul Williams is here for best panel from when he went on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, dressed in his full ape gear. And I think we forgot to mention, but like half of his material during that Johnny Carson thing was like oral sex jokes. It was like cunnilingus jokes about the ape suit and the ape mouth. He'd keep like sticking his tongue out or like playing with his cigar.
Blades around here. Snipes is in full Blade regalia.
Snipes, yeah.
Still looks fantastic. I'm surprised he wasn't up for best pump. When you see his guns are exposed, like,
there's no way those guns were CGI because when you see the CGI scenes in Blade, like, they are so awful that like nobody would have. Yeah, if they tried to like pump up his arms with CGI, it wouldn't have
worked. And we've got there's some newcomers coming in here. Best debuts. We've got two folks right side by side. Witchman is here.
Oh, nice. Hey, there he is.
There he is in the flesh, and pulling up somehow into the studio alongside the Megaforce Dune Buggy is the Supercar is here.
Oh, nice.
Supercar.
Yeah, Supercar and Witchman side by side.
Side by side. Best debuts.
Yeah.
On the show. I don't know how all these vehicles are getting inside the auditorium, but
right.
And there's the Dune Buggy, and Barry Williams is attempting to start this flying motorcycle.
Yeah, because I mean, apparently the flying part works. Like, even though it looked like really bad green screen, apparently it really does fly.
It does fly.
Can go upside down. It wasn't. They didn't just spin the camera around. It actually does fly upside down.
Yeah, and there they go. They just knocked over a platter of the Feast of the Seven Fishes put up by Lou Ferrigno. There's a couple Supermen coming in here. With a Tony Curtis impersonator.
Yeah, a Tony Curtis impersonator in a red plaid shirt.
In a red plaid shirt.
To bully them.
He's like the roving, you've heard of like the traveling Yoggers from the Penguins. It's the traveling...
All these Superman reboots. How come that guy never made a comeback?
No.
The guy with the lumberjack shirt at the like Alaskan... I think he was like an Alaskan diner that he was like a trucker at.
Yeah, he's bullying...
Who bullies superheroes. Like, Batman shows up. He would have been good in the Snyder cut. Like, he's just hanging out, and like Aquaman shows up. He pushes him around. Batman shows up. But yeah, like this little Tony Curtis impersonation.
It's so weird. Oppenheimer's here. He's in the buff for some reason.
Yeah.
He's hanging brain near the salad bar too. I think we're violating health code violations. We've got, the Phantoms here. Billy Zane is in full Phantom regalia.
Yeah, Billy Zane. I wonder if he's as old as Patrick McGoohan was when he played the ghost of the Phantom's father in The Phantom. Like, I wonder if he could play the ghost of the Phantom's father in a new Phantom movie.
Would love to see that. Like, we've got, oh wow, but Helmet Hair Hall of Fame, whoever the star of The Last Starfighter is.
Yes.
He's here. There's Centauri's with him.
Yeah,
here.
Alex, what was his name? Oh, the character was Alex something. Not Alex Winter, but yeah, Alex. He's here. And his helmet hair in the comic adaptation of The Last Starfighter is even more helmety.
I love that. And he brought his Atari with him, too. He's plugging it in over there.
We can play Solaris, which started out life as a Last Starfighter adaptation.
We've got... this is so weird. I don't know why we got like a koi pond over here, but it's huge. It's small and huge at the same time. An alligator from Octopussy is swimming over, and it's opening its jaws, and it appears to be Gabe Kaplan that's inside the Octopussy alligator.
You know what? Yeah, that's
I don't know why.
That's part of his that's like a poker strategy or something. You show up wearing a crocodile outfit.
Yeah, he's swimming over to the table. There's a game going on in the corner over there. High stakes, I think. I won't be joining that one, but yeah, Gabe Kaplan in the Octopussy alligator costume.
That's how my mom discovered our show. Was she was like looking up Groucho stuff on YouTube, and then our Gabe Kaplan episode came up. Imagine the surprise! You're like just surfing YouTube looking for Groucho stuff, and then you see your son show up.
Yeah, I'm like, I mean, there's Kaplan, and we. There's dueling Darkmen too. By the way, there's two Darkmen. I don't know why.
The theatrical Darkman and the straight to video Darkman. It's
oh my God! It's Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson.
Jean-Claude Van Damme Muscle Butt Award is being awarded to the stuntman from Star Trek 3: The Search for Spock. He's here. He's dressed like Kirk from that scene, along with Sven Gulli.
Okay.
Music section looks like John Denver's Ghost is setting up shop and playing Now and Then by the Beatles.
Since we have a Ghost section, John Lennon and George Harrison are there too.
Yeah,
jamming with them.
And yeah, what a jam session! It looks like Denver's elbowing his way to the front.
Yeah, he's like, it's like he saw the We Are the World documentary when Paul Simon says, if a bomb drops here, John Denver's back on top. He's got a retort. He's got a retort to that now. Meanwhile, like Paul Simon, like if he wasn't there, they'd be making jokes about him.
If an experimental aircraft crashed there,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Dan's is running wild here. Everyone's having a great time. I can't see really clearly, but someone's cranking up the tunes over there. Who's manning the stereo? I can't remember which character. It's the ghost of Roger Moore for some reason.
Okay,
I don't know
yeah,
why,
he's playing DJ.
In previous years, I know one of our most popular awards everyone tunes in for is the single dangling earring. We got someone special here. Technically not a single dangling earring, but it's Indiana Jones from the Dial of Destiny. Harrison Ford is here in his indie garb from Dial of Destiny. And I am blinded by the light. Single gold earring.
Don't you think like with all these Star Wars movies, like how it was like, okay, we're gonna have a Star Wars movie every year. You have like a regular Star Wars movie, then Rogue One, and then another regular Star Wars movie, then Soul, and then they just stopped altogether. Don't you think like the bombing, the fact that an Indiana Jones movie with Harrison Ford in it bombed, don't you think that means like it's just the end? Like it's the end of like Lucasfilm. Yeah, like as a cinematic entity. Like it's only going to be streaming because it's like, okay, if we can't get people to show up for an Indiana Jones movie with Harrison Ford in it, like what are we even doing?
Like who's going to go to what?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was wondering because like in the restroom, Danza was telling me they were out of toilet paper, but they had plenty of posters from the Dial of Destiny in there. Like,
it is because like I still haven't picked up one of those like Indiana Jones action figures where it's just like Raiders of the Lost Ark Indiana Jones because those action figures came and went so fast because the thing just like turfed.
I mean, yeah, his like Callista's here, and she was making sure when he showed up he didn't have his earring. She gave it to him, but also I think she also called the police because there's a plane blocking the 4-lane road out there. It's like a bus, like a World War II like a Mustang is on the highway basically.
I've been listening to this podcast called Newcomers, where it's two comedians who like they're basically reviewing all our favorite stuff, but they've never seen any of it before. And they've never had any interest in it. So it's like they've never seen Star Wars, so they're watching all the Star Wars stuff. And it's an interesting journey, like hearing that viewpoint and stuff. But they have different guests on the show. And they had Paul F. Tompkins on, and he was talking about like the time he met Harrison Ford. Like Harrison Ford was like standing outside the bathroom waiting for Calista Flockhart to come out, and he's like, I never do this, but I just had to. And he stopped and he went over and he said to Harrison Ford, like, I just want to let you know I'm just like a huge fan of your work, and I always have been. And he said, like, Harrison Ford paused for a moment and then got like the biggest smile on his face and was like, man, thanks. So, was
That's
like really
awesome.
And like listening to him tell that story, I just started cracking up because I was so relieved.
I know, that's
like hearing that story, I was so
thank
tense
God.
because I thought for sure the story was gonna be like, fuck off. And the fact that it ended well, I just couldn't believe it. Was like such a shocking twist to hear that story.
That's so beautiful. I was worried he would be like, get the manager, the shitter's broken. I'm
like, have you, but then,
thanks, Harrison.
Like on that same podcast again, because I've been like burning through all of them. On that same podcast, they're like reviewing all the Batman movies, and they had Taron Killam on from Saturday Night Live, and Michael Keaton hosted Saturday Night Live, while he was there, and they even. Like during the monologue, Taron Killam comes out dressed as the Joker, and Bobby Moynihan comes out dressed as like the Danny DeVito Penguin, and stuff. Like they do a whole thing together. So anyway, he was telling this story of being at a restaurant and seeing Michael Keaton. He's like, I shouldn't say. Oh man, I gotta say something. So that's like his favorite movie ever is like the Michael Keaton Batman. And so he goes over and he's like, hey man, remember me? We worked together on Saturday Night Live. Oh yeah, great. And they're talking and stuff, and then. Michael Keaton's like, yeah, I love this restaurant. Oh, yeah, I love this restaurant too. And he's like, yeah, I come here all the time. Oh, yeah, me too. And Michael Keaton says, so next time you're here, if you see me, leave me the fuck alone. And that was,
oh my God.
So that's, and he said like, everybody laughed, like it was a joke, but I'm like, yeah, that's not a joke.
No.
But that was chilling. So it was like, hearing that and then hearing the Harrison Ford story, it kind of went the opposite of what you'd think. Isn't that the reverse? Like, wouldn't you expect Harrison Ford to say that and Michael Keaton to be like, "Hey man, great to see you," because like they worked together. Like, I don't know if Michael Keaton didn't remember and thought he was just like bullshitting, or maybe didn't even hear that part when he said it.
If he says that to someone he worked with on SNL, what is he saying to Joe fucking Blow that comes up to him at the restaurant? Like if they were on SNL together and he gives them the leave me the fuck alone, what's Joe Blow nobody getting like fucking hilarious?
Like aren't those the two, like putting those side by side, aren't those like two shocking celebrity anecdotes?
That's absolutely shocking. And they're two of my favorite actors too.
Like two people you would totally
go up I'd
to.
Mark the fuck
which
out
is probably why he was like, if you see me here again, leave me the fuck alone.
Hey, it's like, hey Mike, we worked together on SNL. Remember we had all those scenes together? And he's like, that's great. Fuck off.
Yeah, you picture the Michael Keaton delivery, but then it starts to make sense when we're thinking back to, remember that article we read when Batman Returns was coming out, and Michael Keaton was giving an interview to like the Post Gazette or something, and he was telling this cute anecdote about how he used to spit in his sister's mouth. So it's like, okay, all that stuff's starting to make sense. It's all adding up.
Note to self: don't interact with Michael Keaton.
I told you my wife shook his hand when he was here for like the Pirates in like the World Series.
That's amazing.
Like she gets all these like Batman close encounters because also like when they were filming Dark Knight Rises here, she saw like that like bat hovercraft, that flying bat plane or whatever. She saw that like zip across.
Ford is here. I don't know how we managed to get him to come here and also be in costume and character as Indiana Jones.
Yeah, his farewell performance. I mean, I think it's like farewell to Indiana Jones. Like I think Indiana Jones is like finished as a property, at least as a cinematic property. There will probably be super, super, super low budget streaming Indiana Jones series. Doesn't that feel like the end of an era? That if Indiana Jones, like can't get an audience going.
What is anybody doing now?
Yeah,
it's like farewell to the series, and farewell to Barry Williams' Buick Skylark, because he basically landed that plane right the fuck on it. It's total. Good thing he's passing that collection plate around.
Yeah. The one out they have with Indiana Jones, the one way they could like maybe salvage the whole thing is they could say like, oh, it's because Spielberg didn't direct it. If we bring Spielberg back for one more Indiana Jones, maybe that'll make the difference.
That's what I wanted for this last one, because then you get a definitive like answer. Like yeah, it's like maybe it was just a hiccup.
Yeah, because I was shocked. Like, I mean, I was shocked how quickly everybody jumped ship on Star Wars. Like when we were talking about our Last Jedi episode.
Yeah.
And I told you, like, my wife was like done with Star, like, and my friends were done with Star. Like, because I thought, like, okay, like we're in this for keeps. Like we are, like, you love Star Wars. Yeah, exactly. Like we made it through the prequels. You're telling me you're jumping off now, but like with Indiana Jones, it's like from that first Indiana Jones, it's like I'm going to see every single movie that this guy's in, it ran out, I guess.
You dream of a world after Last Crusade where you get 2 more movies, and then everyone's just like, well, that's a wrap. Party's gonna go late here tonight.
It's gonna go late, yeah. And so I mean, we'll be back. We'll be back with the 2024 Recallies after this.
I use Skin Bracer. It smells great, but it also cools and tones my skin. Confidence is very sexy, don't you think? Skin Bracer Aftershave by Menon.